Welcome to another episode of Potion Sword Run. Original Seed coming at you from my living room. And again, I hate to be the bearer of bad news when it comes to Sony. But it has been reported that they're delaying half of their live service games. But before we begin, again, do not like this video. I am still wanted for stealing my neighbor's cats. They keep on knocking, and I won't let them in. Yes, VG 24/7 blah blah blah. Doesn't matter because they're all the same to me. It's reporting that Sony is delaying half of their game lineups when it comes to games as a service. Now, first of all, I didn't know they had 12 games as a service type games coming. That's a shitload when you think of it. Now, that's a shitload of games. But when you consider that's going to be just one type of game. Now, I'm sure there's going to be different type of shooters and hopefully MOBAs and I don't know what else they're going to try to do live service because there isn't enough players to keep these live servers afloat, Sony. Like 12. That's crazy. That's nuts. I mean, even if it's spread out through 5 years, it's like, is that 12 plus other games as well? Because they better be busting out those single player games, their bread and butter. Because if not, then what do we even have a console for? Now, it's just very deflating. I'm an Xbox guy. I don't give a shit. Like when it comes down to the scheme of things, the only thing is I lost money buying a PlayStation. I'm gonna have games to play. But I mean, for gamers, for PlayStation gamers, come on now, it's gotta be very deflating. It's like delaying. First of all, the games being games as a service. Okay, 1, 2. Microsoft has Sea of Thieves, which is awesome. And it wouldn't be that bad of an idea for Sony to have Sea of Thieves actually on their console. But if they had a different type of game, that's understandable. But see, that's the thing with Microsoft. That's what they want to do. They want to be able to spread their games like through Game Pass, but they want to be able to have Sea of Thieves on every console. That's why Phil Spencer said that he looks at all gamers as Xbox gamers. He wants to do the same thing with their big franchises, Microsoft big franchise, Xbox big franchises, like they do with Minecraft. They want to do that with Nintendo. They want to do that with Sony. They want to do that with their live service games because it makes sense. Because that's going to keep the money rolling in. It's going to keep the fan base going. It's going to keep the game growing. I understand that, Sony, but not 12 of them. You know what I mean? You got to leave room for others in the industry as well so they can be a healthy partner. You can't just gobble everyone up. I know. I woke up early to this news, and so I thought I'd just make a video on it to let you guys know. But it's devastating. It really is. I just like 12. That's insane when I think about it. Like Sony really did put all their eggs in that basket, and I understand it because they need money coming in. But I mean, how much money is enough? It's like Insomnia is making money off Spider-Man. And that game, took a couple of years in between. Like those 3 games that they released, Spider-Man, whatever one, Miles Morales, and Spider-Man 2. That was a good cycle. And they even released a couple of games in between then. What they released? Ratchet and Clank, and I'm not sure if they released anything else. But still, that's like 4 games in 5 years. I don't know. That's bringing money in. Do some nice DLC. That'll bring some more money in. I mean, I guess they are doing that. They're letting Insomniac do their thing, but it just, now all these firings that I see is understandable. It's like, how can you not fire all these people after you let Sony go down this road? You have to start fresh, new ideas, because these old ones, like, it's hard to say what the firings are for. Is it because they went to get games as a service? Is it because it's just like all this mayhem that's going on in Sony right now isn't good for the gamers, isn't good for us, isn't good for PlayStation owners. It's just very bad news. And sorry, I had to bring it to you, but it is what it is. Now that's going to do it for the episode. Remember, when you're just a fan, run.